I just need your attention for a little while. I'm obligated to shout out to you, to give you warning, or to let you know. Otherwise, it's in the book of Ezekiel. It says that my responsibility is up to the point to let you know. Okay, so basically, I was listening to Charles Stanley this morning. He put together quite a few things for me, and if you go to In Touch, you can hear it. It's the September the 11th. How about that? How ironic. 2023. Actually, it doesn't matter for today. Listen, it's on discipleship. And I've been convicted for some time that there was something with respect to my life as well as the life of some of the churches that I attended with all good intention that all had. I went to a mission trip with one and several mission trips in between, heard some good books being preached, but seldom did I hear something that was emphasizing more on what one should do, except for one. That was Windsor Village, who took people to the side and basically tried to find out their spiritual gift in terms of trying to find out their ministry. So I was more or less oriented to trying to understand what is it that makes one committed and hungry for the word, and therefore going out and doing one. First of all, being committed to God means you're not drinking, you're not involved in any sexual relationship outside of the church. And for years, I was not willing to give those things up. Here, as of late, with the ministry of the street ministry I have been willing to give those things up. And yet, there was something a little bit more in my life in terms of, so I found a scripture in Isaiah, and let me give it to you here. It says, don't call it a conspiracy. And the word for conspiracy is number 7195. If you all want to look it up. Kassar. Kassar. Pronounced Kassar. A conspiracy. Don't call it a conspiracy when things are going against you. And this is from the 8th chapter of Isaiah, and about the, but the 12th verse. Don't call it a conspiracy, but it's me that's sending you these things that, and to in this case, the book of Isaiah talks about to Judah and to Israel. So those were the chosen people. Of course, Jesus came through the tribe of Judah, and the tribe of the northern tribe is often represented as Ephraim, which, if you look back at it, some people have compared that to America. But that's neither here nor there. Basically, the Ephraim was given a blessing by God. Oh, no, not by God. I'm sorry. Please take that back. By Jacob, who was named Israel at that time, but I think in many respects still did not have a total commitment. The point is that Ephraim got double crossed. In other words, Joseph put his hands on straight up on, and then guess what? On his hands, Joseph put Jacob's hands on the heads that were supposed to get blessed. I think it was the right hand going to the blessing, and the left hand not giving the blessing. But anyway, Jacob crossed his hands. I don't know whether this was a double cross, where double cross started or not, but Ephraim was the one who got the blessing, of the land. And if you look back, that ended up being the Northern Kingdom, which, as I said, some people compared that to America. Okay, where am I going to with this? In terms of my confession, Jesus later goes on to say, to tell us in the book of Isaiah, that I'll become a rock and a stone for you to stumble on and fall. What does he mean by this? Going way back to Isaiah, years before he was born, and then later quote this in the book. So who is he talking to now? And I believe he's talking to the church. And listening to this message by Charles Stanley, the discipleship issue is what the mega church and even the small church on the corner. I know there were some churches that started off as missionary Baptists, which was basically saying, go ye therefore and make disciples, which is what the Great Commission says. If you don't love them, if you don't love your neighbor, you're not going to go out and go from your comfortable pew seat in air conditioning and you're intent on going to Papa Do's or whatever restaurant and doing whatever you do with your money. It's none of my business. But the last thing you're going to be thinking about is going on the street and trying to convert some people down there, because you'll figure that all they're going to do is figure you trying to be goody two-shoes or something along that line. In other words, there's no motive for you to go ye therefore and make disciples, because you figure out, hey, I made it. I'm a member now. I'm in the club. And I'm just giving you warning that you might be stumbling. You might be falling. Excuse me. And not even realize it. And this goes out to all my good preacher friends. Don't just try to make members. Make sure that committee that's out front is preaching, making disciples. Listen to the message that was given by Charles Stanley today. I don't have too much more to say except for I'm confessing. And I'm thinking, hey, I got my ministry on the street here. And, hey, it's good enough for me to just take care of the food for these people. Yes, we do discuss things like you need to continue to give. You do need to continue. But what I need to be considering is making sure that I try to get them to reproduce the life of Jesus Christ and the love of Jesus Christ to be extended more than I have. It's not that I haven't done it, but I say this as a confession that I haven't been doing it to the extent that I need to be explicit with it. Thank you for your time and listening to this very verbose message, which is approaching 8 minutes. Thank you.